Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Moss Sports Podcast. My name is Andy Robertson. I'm joined by Spencer Griffin, whose anniversary is today. So,
hey, thank you.
Yeah, happy anniversary to you and Bria.
7 years. Crazy.
Yep.
7 years.
And special shout out to Spencer because he stood by my side on my wedding day, which is my anniversary is 4 days later, or 4 days from Sunday. And Spencer could have been celebrating his anniversary then. So shout out to you and Bria for doing that.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't miss it.
And then last but certainly not least, we have Emmy award-winning Mauricio Beltran Hernandez, who didn't tell us he was coming into Little Rock. And so he's here, but we didn't know it.
Done 5 episodes yesterday.
Before we get started, I want to give a special shout out. Today is the Special Olympics opening ceremonies, and I know someone that's going to participate in that. His name is Noah Clay in the stand-up paddle event. So shout out to Noah and the rest of the Special Olympics teams that are competing in Orlando this week. So
that's pretty awesome. I might have to tune into that. Do you know if it's televised anywhere?
It might be ESPN3. So
okay.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. Bria would like that. I think my kid would like that too.
Yeah. There's a lot of different cool events. So anyway, we'll start off with NBA, I guess. And I don't know how much you guys want to talk about that. So we talked last week. Mauricio gave his prediction like 2 weeks ago that the Celtics and Warriors would be playing in the NBA Finals. And last week we talked before Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics ended up winning that game, playing the Warriors. Game 1 has already been played. Game 2 will happen Sunday night, which is the day we're recording this. And I wanted to call back to this because I feel like, so Jason Tatum texted Kobe before Game 7 against the Heat. And for those who are living under a rock or unaware, Kobe unfortunately died. Him and his daughter and a few other people died in a helicopter accident a few years ago. Just very heartbreaking thing. And I feel like Kobe reached out to Jason Tatum at one time. Spencer, you may remember this better than I do, but
yeah, I mean, Kobe reached out to a lot of different athletes.
Right,
I remember it was at one point he was telling them like goals that he was hoping that they would achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like Giannis, Booker, Jason Tatum were definitely among the three that I was thinking of.
Yeah. So yeah, Jason Tatum texted Kobe, said, "I got you today," and then the Celtics ended up winning, and so that was kind of a cool little moment, I guess, and just. Anyway, so we'll jump into Game 1 happened, what was it, Friday night, Thursday. I guess at this point? Thursday
night.
See, NBA playoffs last forever because they take like 2 days off in between games.
Also, before we get super into it, I've got beef with the NBA scheduling office because this entire finals series, there's not one single game that falls on a Saturday, which is when, the majority of people could be watching. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, and the times are weird because it's an East Coast, West Coast series.
Yeah. Well, that's always going to happen.
Right, but who's going to watch a basketball game at like 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. That was me.
Anyway, so the Celtics took Game 1, 120 to 108. There was something else I was going to say. 4 players from the Celtics scored 18 or more. Al Horford went off. Derek White got 21 points off the bench. Steph Curry had an insane first quarter. Spencer, I think you had a stat on that. He didn't really do anything in the second quarter, but I think that was largely because he had foul trouble early on. Draymond went 2 of 12 from the field. That's not good. Then Spencer, you had noted that the Celtics entered the fourth quarter down double digits and won by double digits. It was the Celtics outscored the Warriors 40-16 in the fourth quarter. So I guess takeaways from the first game. I know there's a certain guy that we probably shouldn't mention, but
oh God, I didn't even think about it. I am glad that you're probably going to have to take over reading some of these notes for me because being on mobile, it's a little harder to switch back and forth.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. But yeah, so your boy Scott Foster ref the first game of the series got it started off right, and the Celtics are 13-0 in the last 13 that he's refed for them. So is it an inside job? I don't know because I'm pretty sure he is from that area. So
yeah, I think I saw he's from Maryland. So
yeah, there's a lot. Why is there a fly in here? Absolutely not. Hold on. Get out of it. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the refs come from the New England area, especially around Delaware County in Philadelphia or in Pennsylvania, close to Philadelphia, which is just kind of weird. But yeah, we got to bring up Scotty every single episode.
Every week.
But I thought the fact that Draymond took 12 shots was pretty abnormal. Usually he's not a volume shooter at all. And for him to put up 12 seemed very strange. I don't really know what that was all about. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch the game. I forgot it was on because, like you said, the tip-off was at 9 o'clock on a weeknight, Thursday night. Yep. And it's either me dragging into work the next day or missing it and get some sleep. So, it's all the NBA's fault for scheduling it like that. I wish I could watch them more. Maybe when start my new job, the hours are a little different, so I'll be able to stay up a little later, but final will be over after that. So.
Yeah. I was about to text you guys in that group message about the the Celtics or the Warriors are just going to murder the Celtics this series, and that didn't happen. Game one, it ended up the Celtics won by 12 points, and so I did turn it on toward the end of the second quarter, I guess it was. And that's whenever Steph had went out with his third foul. And so I don't know if that was partly the cause of why Draymond shot so much or not, but
you got other guys that can contribute other than Draymond, who obviously doesn't shoot the ball well. You've got Wiggins. Are you kidding me? This fly is back. You got Wiggins, you got Jordan Poole. I think Otto Porter Jr. was back.
Yeah.
They got plenty of guys that can shoot the rock, and for him to pull up 12 times seems crazy.
Yeah, Jordan Poole shot 7 times, only scored 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. So he didn't in 25 minutes of play. So he didn't have a whole lot of output going.
And I guess we can give the Celtics credit for their defensive game plan too. If that was part of their game plan was to force Draymond to put up shots, it certainly worked. But obviously, it was primarily that fourth quarter surge that really brought them to victory, because 40-16 in the fourth quarter is just wild.
Yeah. Yeah, and I will say one more thing about Jason Tatum. He was 3 of 17 from the field, so that's pretty bad.
Gosh.
But he ended up with a double-double because he had 5 he made 5 free throw shots, played 41 minutes.
Jeez, I didn't realize he did that bad, but Al Horford stepped up. Somebody needs to check him for PEDs because no 50-year-old would be playing like that.
Yeah. How do you feel about game one, Mauricio?
I was gonna watch it too, but again, it was Thursday. I got off work really late, and then I woke up, and that's when I think I sent you the. I think I sent the meme right on the group chat. I was like, what's going on?
That's exactly.
I don't remember what that one was. I'll have to look back at it.
And then I sent a meme, and then that's when you said that you were gonna message us about how the Warriors were gonna massacre the Celtics, but then you called back because the game ended in the way they did.
It's a long series though. They've got plenty of time to come back. I'm still riding with the Warriors. I don't think they'll lose this one. The Celtics have Celtics actually pulled the opposite of what they were doing in the East. In their run in the East, and they were blowing leads. They had some big leads that they blew, but now they flipped the script. But I still think the Warriors will take it overall.
Celtics in 5.
And what one of you said that you will like the new blood coming in and winning. Was that right?
I think Andy, no?
Yeah, I think it was.
It was?
Andy.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
Which is crazy to me because the Celtics, this would be their 18th. So
See, I
is
would.
it new blood?
I think if I don't remember if I said that, but if I did, I would, and I'll make the argument for that. It's just since the Warriors have played in 6 finals since 2016, 2015, whatever it was, then I'd like to see a different team win it. And so honestly, I would, if I had to choose one of these teams, I'd probably choose the Celtics, but that's just me, who I'd want to win. But I'm fine with either one. It's not like I hate the Warriors and hate the Celtics.
As long as it's not the Lakers, I think we're good.
Nah. Here's the thing. What this it remind this when the Warriors lost, it reminded me of that systematic failure of that 2021-2022 Phoenix Suns.
Focus on your own team though, because they didn't even make the play-in. So
it was a healing year. They had to heal this.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next
No,
year,
overall, like this year was super pleasing to me just because the super teams failed tremendously. We had the Lakers, of course, but then also the Nets were the only team to get swept. So it was super great to see because I hate it when they put together those super teams. It's just I don't like it. It's not my style.
Yeah,
too much power.
Mm-hmm. The players have a lot of power these days, but like we've talked about with the Simmons issues and I think Kyrie and other people, I think it's going to affect the CBA quite a bit, and the owners are going to try to take back some of that power.
Here's the thing: one of the Charlotte Bobcats going to win a title.
What'd you say?
They're never because they don't exist.
When are the Charlotte Bobcats going to win their title?
Oh.
They still boast the worst record in NBA history. So
what was it, like 7 wins in one season?
I think it was either 7 or 9. Okay. I don't think it'll ever be beat though.
That was bad.
Everyone's gonna forget the Bobcats existed.
Yeah, I won't forget that. I think that team had Emeka Okafor and Hashim Thabit. It has some characters on it.
Gerald Wallace. And Raymond Felton.
What a squad.
We're going to be telling our kids about the Bobcats one day and be like, who the heck is the Bobcats?
Yeah, exactly.
Got to keep the memory alive.
A little off topic, but Mauricio, when you lived in Canada, were the Grizzlies still in Vancouver?
No, I think when I moved, they had just moved to Memphis.
Okay, I was just curious.
It was like there was still remnants that they had been playing there in town, but I think they had just moved to Memphis in the Pyramid.
I got you.
The
Bass Pro Shop.
Yep. That's where they were playing their basketball games.
See, so one of the things that I just thought about, like the Pacific Northwest lost 2 teams pretty close together.
I was thinking that too.
Like, did they start rooting for the Blazers or did they stick with the Thunder and the Grizzlies?
Well, that's a good question. I bet they switched to the Supersonics and then
and then they said, all right, Blazers. See, that's kind of weird because those would be rival teams, I would think.
Yeah, you just got to move down the coast, I guess.
Yeah. Now they're Kings. Oh, I was about to say now they're Kings fans. That's
a bad omen.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, yeah. But yeah, dude, I think that was crazy, because it wasn't too long after that the Sonics left too, and the whole area got left without a basketball team. And I guess that's if you're gonna follow the team, cheer for them in Memphis or Oklahoma City, your other only option was the Trailblazers.
I have faith that the Sonics will be back in Seattle.
I hope so.
Yeah,
any sport, that's like the team that I want to see the most.
There's something back there now, because they built that new basketball arena in Seattle, so they're ready for if they ever come back. And then they have the whole idea of like splitting up a team, like playing half their season in Seattle and then the other half of the season in Vancouver.
Yeah, I think I did see that floated as well.
See,
it's like maybe a 2-hour drive from between each city, maybe 2.5. So it could be done.
Now the Seattle, the NBA is the only one of the big 4 that Seattle doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so they just got the Kraken a couple of years ago. I guess this last year was their first season.
That's what I think about too when I think about expansion teams or relocating, is cities that have like typically 3 of the big 4.
Right.
and just kind of adding that extra one in, because obviously if they can survive with if pro sports can survive in those leagues, then obviously the NBA would be good too.
Yeah, because that kind of thing with Houston, I think in the NHL, that would be the next logical choice for them because
Oh yeah.
they have the 3 of the 4, and it's the third, fourth largest city in the U.S. Fourth, I guess, behind New York, LA, and Chicago.
Yeah.
So,
That'd
Of
be
course, then you
interesting.
have major outliers like Oklahoma City.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. How did that even happen? Like, who in the NBA thought that was a good idea? Like, hey, let's go. Like,
Very random.
I think
Let's
that was
go
a product of Katrina happening, and then the New Orleans Hornets had to go up there and play in Oklahoma City.
Yep, that's
And then-
exactly right. Okay.
and then-
Jesus.
And then they were like, oh, well, the people love this in Oklahoma City, so we'll bring the Sonics here. And
That was a good observation. That's why we have multiple people on here. 3 heads are better than 1. That was good. I totally forgot about that.
yeah, because that's why the Bobcats came about, because they needed a fan base in Charlotte.
Yup.
Full circle.
Wow.
But, like, imagine you're a Sonics fan and you just draft Kevin Durant and then Russell Westbrook, and then they are like, all right, see you guys, we're going to Oklahoma City where a lot less people live.
Yeah, and then they had James Harden, and they have like this really good team.
Yeah, they make the finals in like 5 years after, something like that.
But now you got Sam Presti doing Sam Presti thing.
Oh my gosh, that team! If he hits on those draft picks, that's going to be a
I'm
killer
super
team.
excited. I hope he
Yeah.
does. I really hope he does.
Yeah, and
Did Carmelo Anthony play for the Thunder for a bit?
yeah, he did
Oh, okay.
for like
I
a
was
year
remembering-
or something.
Okay, I was remembering like somebody made a funny tweet because he asked like what was there to do in Oklahoma City, and then some guy that played there was like, "Oh, Applebee's open until 11."
That team had it was Westbrook, Paul George, and Melo, wasn't it?
Oh,
Am I-
that's right.
Am I
Yeah,
remembering wrong?
I think it did.
Because then
I
and
think
then
it
they
had
traded.
Oladipo on it too.
Maybe I can't remember because then they traded George to the Clippers for Chris Paul.
Oladipo may have been part of the Paul George trade. Actually.
Oladipo was a Ibaka trade, I think, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
Because
So
Ibaka
much-
played in Orlando for a minute.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember. I don't know. That's all crazy. NBA is crazy.
We'll switch gears here.
Yeah, so we'll hit to the ice, I guess. Avs and Oilers have played 3 games thus far. They played Game 3 last night, Saturday night. Game 1 was wild, 8-6. Both teams went to their backup goalies. Only 2 major penalties for each team, which was kind of surprising and the highest scoring of a game. No one had a hat trick, which I also think is a little crazy. Game 2 was a shutout by the Avalanche. They switched goalies to, and I'm going to butcher his name. I looked up the pronunciation guide, but I'll still.
Patrick Wall.
Yeah. Patrick Waugh. Pavel Francouz, I think, something like that. He got game 2 in the net over Darcy Kemper, and he posted a shutout. The Oilers had 16 penalty minutes, which was kind of crazy to me. Kind of seems like a lot. They only put up 24 shots to Colorado's 40 on goal. And game 3 was similar in that aspect where Colorado put up like 40 something shots where the Oilers only put up 29, 27, something like that. So Avalanche won 4-2 in Edmonton. Nazem Kadri is likely out for the series because of a cross-check by Evander Kane. A lot of people don't like Evander Kane before this happened, and then people are saying karma for the Binnington injury in the St. Louis series. So all kind of crazy. Spencer, I know you were a childhood Avalanche fan, so as an adult, I'm sure you are probably somewhat excited about this, even if you haven't paid much attention to hockey.
Yeah,
in a while.
I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I thought. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, seeing the A back near the finals. So
Yeah.
I hope they can pull it off. We'll see.
I think they have a good shot too. The goaltending for them is going to be the biggest question mark.
You think they can do it without Kadri?
Yeah, I mean, they have enough talent to where they can pull other guys in. McKinnon and Cale McCarr, and then Gabriel Landeskog. I mean, all those guys are. They'll find somebody to put in for Kadri. I don't even know what line he plays on.
Yeah, I was wondering that as well. I know McKinnon's going to have to, I guess, if you call it stepping up, he's been killing it. So I guess he'll just have to continue to kill it. And yeah, like you said, if they can keep their goaltending, especially now with the switch, then they should be solid.
Yeah. I was going to look up what line Kadri plays on, but I don't think it's going to be here because he is hurt now. Oh, well, he was a second line. So that might be a little critical, but
yeah,
I'm sure they'll get it figured out. Comfer will probably step up and Darren Helm. So they'll get something figured out.
Joe Sakic.
Yeah, Joe Sakic will come from his GM chair.
There you go, Colorado. I was hoping the Oilers would win the series, but
why? Just because to go against me like you always do?
No, because it's been I think 1993 was the last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup.
That's true.
So
Mauricio, is there a car behind you?
That's a bed for you.
Oh, I thought it was I thought you were sitting in a garage for some reason.
I'm smoking in my garage. Like Spencer.
I was going to say he's actually right behind me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Oilers have two of the best players in the league, and Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. So that'd be cool to see them win something. But I just don't think they're going to get past the Avalanche. I think the Avalanche are too deep.
McDavid did score in the first 38 seconds the other night, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He's so good. The other series, Rangers and Lightning. The Lightning, again, are looking for their third straight Stanley Cup title. This might be the best goalie matchup of the playoffs between Andrei Vasilevsky and Igor Shesterkin. Vasilevsky was not good in game one. He surrendered 6 goals. I think the Rangers won 6-2. And then the Rangers picked up a, 3-2 win in game 2. Philip Hedl has been playing out of his mind, 22 points in the regular season, 8 thus far in the playoffs. He had a couple goals in game 1. Game 2, the Lightning took an early 1-0 lead, but the Rangers scored 2 goals in the first, and then each team put up a goal in the third period. Adam Fox and Mika Zibanejad, however you say his name, both have 22 points this playoff, which I think is one of the tops in the league. So that's pretty crazy to me. Just another series that could be headed for a quick sweep, a quick round. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I didn't think the Rangers would be doing this well because they're so young.
I was gonna say the Lightning just proved that experience matters with their series against the Preds. So it is crazy. You would have thought this one would go to 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it still could.
Yeah, it could, but I don't know. It's just there's gonna have to be some tightening up on the Lightning end. So, Mauricio, any clips here?
I'm just glad the Lightning's not gonna win the series because all the people in Florida and they get in St. Louis with their hockey teams they I don't know, they make it seem like they're winning the Super Bowl.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't feel like they're very humble about their winnings in hockey.
St. Louis did win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they won the Stanley Cup in 2019.
Yeah, but the way they carry themselves, when they win hockey, it's I don't know.
Oh, I can't stand St. Louis Cardinal fans.
No,
because they're pretty annoying.
And in Florida too, when they won the Stanley Cup, they're it's they won the Super Bowl, but it's
it's like they won the Super Bowl. It's a championship in one sport, though.
Yeah, it's a Stanley Cup. It's a huge deal. It's the pinnacle of hockey.
Yeah, but they're in Florida, they can't do it. They can't do it.
You shouldn't play hockey in Florida.
It's not natural. God didn't intend for people in Florida to play hockey.
Mauricio's a hockey purist.
Yeah, what happened to my old times? When I was Canada and New York, that was it.
Anywhere it doesn't snow, they're not allowed to play.
Hockey wasn't meant to be played south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Wait, but you just shouted out Missouri or St. Louis. That's above the Mason-Dixon.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're not meant to play hockey either.
Okay.
I don't know. They just carry themselves like it's I don't know. They carry themselves too big.
I will say, Mauricio, you're not the only person that I've heard have that take where hockey shouldn't be played in warm weather cities.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I'm the opposite. I like that they're introducing it to cities that might not necessarily have it, because I've always thought it would have been cool growing up to be able to play hockey, whether recreationally or competitively. It just seemed like a really dope sport to get behind and learn. So
Yeah. Well, I've been thinking like one of these days, if I can get into a lot better shape, then I might just go try and learn how to skate and then play. Because I think there's a rec league in Little Rock.
yeah, there is, and that'd be cool. I just, I don't know that I'm nuanced enough on the game to be able to just jump in there.
Yeah. I would probably struggle for a while, but
what was it, the River Cats back in the day?
yeah, the River Cats and the something Blades.
Oh, the
two
River
teams.
Blades. River
Yeah.
Blades.
Yeah, there were two teams once upon a time.
I think Arkansas U of A has a
Glacier
hockey
Cats.
team too.
Yeah, they do. U of A does.
They're apparently pretty good.
Yeah.
Because when you looked at Bryson Arena, what's it called now, Altel or
Simmons
Bank.
Simmons, like they definitely built it with the idea that the hockey team was gonna be around for a while.
Was it hockey or was it for Disney on Ice?
It was hockey.
Yeah,
with the walls they made.
Yeah, my mom graduated from Pulaski Tech a couple weeks ago, and they had their graduation there. And you can tell the concrete was kind of made for a nice hockey rink. So
I couldn't tell you the last time I've been there. It was probably Altel.
Yeah.
Oh damn, that's been a while then, dude.
Yeah, it's been a long while, and I know I joked about Disney on Ice, but I literally think that might have been the last thing I went to.
You didn't go see wrestling there?
No,
I did once. It was weird.
I am mad though, because I did want to go see Monster Jam, and next time it comes, I might take my son, because that seems really cool. I know, Mauricio, you got to cover it and stand out by the monster truck, so that was pretty cool. Those
you
things are
remember?
crazy huge.
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't think they were that big when I went there downtown.
It's insane.
Let me know when you do, because I was kind of halfway thinking about taking Hezekiah one time.
Yeah, we had to get the earmuffs though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, our high school class graduated there, and
oh, geez, y'all had a huge class.
Yeah, we had 550 something.
Woo.
Crazy.
Yeah, Cabot. Yeah, they did the Cabot graduation there too, because it's like that. It's like 500 something kids.
You guys went to some big schools.
Biggest classification in Arkansas.
Hmm.
You went to Greenwood. They're not too far behind.
Yeah, but when I was there, they were 4A.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
So they must have grown quite a bit.
Or
they added some classifications.
I was gonna say,
sure they did.
It was because now they're in that hybrid 6A, 7A.
Yeah.
I don't know how all that works, to be honest. I don't know if
they change it every couple of years. I think Greenwood will be in the 6A West for football, and then for every other sport, they're 5A West or something like that.
I was wondering if it had anything to deal with like skill level as well, because I mean,
I think it's just classification numbers.
But then why are you playing in a different classification in other sports?
They have 7 levels for football for some reason. And
but they don't have that many.
No, it's 7A through 2A for football, and then every other sport is like 6A through 1A. So it's kind of stupid.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's really weird.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to sports.
So we have some NFL news here. Ryan Fitzpatrick, or Fitzmagic as he's better known, has retired Played for about 8 teams in the league. Is there a specific team you guys remember him playing for?
I remember him clearly when he played for the Rams and then for the Bills.
Oh wow. Okay,
I think the Bills is probably what my answer would be.
not what I was. I could see Bills actually. Yeah. I'm thinking. I guess I'm going too recent because I have the memory of a goldfish, so I'll just go with the Dolphins. Is that where he came out in the post game interview with all that swag on? Yeah, I think it was actually like
the chains and the beard.
Yeah, that's exactly what I remember. That's what I always remember is that interview.
Yeah, there was some game this season that he was shirtless in Buffalo when it was like negative something degrees.
Oh, this dude is wild. I like
Yeah.
I like his
He's
style.
what, a Harvard graduate?
Yeah, they don't bring that up every game.
No. But
he does have like one of the highest Wonderlic scores ever.
Yep. It's. Do you think he made more money right now all these years playing in the NFL that he could have like actually working in maybe one of those fancy jobs he could have gotten as a Harvard graduate?
That's a good point. I don't know what his degree was in or what he would pursue, but Andy's finna look it up. So I am interested though, because you're right. He could have, although I don't know, he got paid pretty well in the NFL, especially for being primarily a backup, except for every single time he was a backup on a team the starter got hurt. So
yeah, he was I guess I don't know how true this is, but it says economics. So
okay,
I
probably a
think
good
so.
idea to stick with football.
Could have been a stockbroker.
Yeah.
So just a rundown of the teams. He started with the Rams, then went to Cincinnati, which I have a very small memory of.
Oh yeah.
I think I would add my answer to the Bucks in there. That was also very recent, but I remember he stole Jameis's job when he went down.
Yeah. Buffalo, Tennessee for a season, Houston for a season, the Jets for a couple of years, which I think that was probably the most success he's had. Tampa Bay, Miami, and then Washington. He ended up getting hurt, and then the job went to Taylor Heineke this last year. And so
I did see a meme about that, about like run out with Washington. He's like show up for a few games and then get $10 million and dip out after a year.
Sounds like something that would happen to you on Madden
game. Who thought that was a good idea to add to the new game? You know,
what's that? Players retiring in the middle season.
Like, yeah. Jesus.
What else we got going on in the NFL?
We go from one guy who played for 8 teams to a guy who played for 5 teams throughout his whole career and seemed to never ever get old until just now. He retired. Frank Gore has hung it up.
He only played for 5?
That's what it says.
Huh.
But he played for San Francisco for quite a long time. Then went to Indianapolis, Miami, Buffalo, and the Jets.
And now, from what I read, that his son is actually going to be eligible for the draft next year. So it honestly kind of surprises me that he didn't wait a year to retire to get a chance to play with his son. But I mean, I get it. Especially being a running back, the shelf life is super.
Yeah. Well, he didn't play last year, so I imagine teams probably wouldn't pick him up. I mean, he'd be 39 this year.
The Ravens signed a ton of old dudes last year. I think you'd be surprised.
They kind of had to, though.
And that's what happens to teams, especially with running backs.
Yeah. That's why Adrian Peterson's still playing for teams.
Exactly.
But he probably won't be anymore. Frank Gore's 3rd all-time in rushing yards. He's ran for right at 16,000. Sorry. So I don't know that Frank Gore was ever considered the best running back in the league. So just, I guess, a testament to his longevity there. So,
I mean, it's not like he was a guy that never got tackled either. Like, he was seeking out contact. He was a bull rusher up the middle. So it's pretty impressive, his career he's had.
Yeah. This is weird. It doesn't have yards after contact. Football reference. Anyway, because I was curious about that since you mentioned that, but yeah, kind of crazy that he's. I thought it was crazy that he was continuing to play recently, and then
end of an era.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name that plays in the play basketball forever, like for the Raptors? And,
Vince Carter.
yeah, like that. It's just like he was there. You didn't realize it, but he still kept going, and
Yeah.
he's kind of like that. He was there. Maybe he wasn't doing much, but he was still there carrying the ball.
Yeah.
I thought Mo was going to bring up his meme from the other day.
Which one?
The Deshaun Watson Vince Carter meme.
No, another one.
Yeah. Speaking of which, yeah, he's up to 24 now.
Really?
Yep.
Someone posted a picture of, or had a graphic of the salary cap for players or for teams this year, and the Browns had like $40 million in cap space, which was a ton more than everybody else. And I was like, how did they do that? But then I remembered the Deshaun Watson contract, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, they have almost 41 million. The Panthers are the next closest with 25 million.
I think I read something that said that this situation's not going to be resolved by like 2024 either. So their contract, they tried to pull a little sneaky deek on the commissioner and put him at $1 million for the first year. But that second year, that might hit them hard. They might have some buyer's remorse there.
Yeah, I still can't get over that contract.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever play again, to be honest.
I don't know how they got away with that.
No, I don't either. That was insanely dirty.
And I mean, at some point you wonder, kind of like the Colin Kaepernick situation, at what point is Deshaun Watson no longer up to par to play NFL football?
Yeah, because obviously he hadn't been playing.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's still young, but
yeah,
a little different.
They'll be like, he hasn't killed anybody, so until he does that, he can play.
But even then, they've let murderers play before.
Think about Ray Lewis.
Oh wait, he was.
I just wanted to bring that up because you're a Ravens fan.
He absolutely 100% killed that man. So he got away with it somehow.
They let people play until they take their shirt off in the end zone and say peace out. Basically,
until it affects the NFL's bottom line, which is money, they're gonna pretty much get away with anything.
Yep.
Or if they have video of it, we've seen with the Ray Rice situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ray Rice.
Well, this is kind of some downer news as well. Marion Barber III passed away this week at 38. Another thing, Jeff Gladney, a cornerback, I guess he was with the Cardinals. He died in a car accident this week. I think he was like 25 or something. He was pretty young. There's just been a lot of football player deaths recently with Demaryius Thomas, Dwayne Haskins, which I know Demaryius Thomas has been out of the league for years. So has Marion Barber, but it's just really sad that these guys, their lives are being taken. I don't know. I don't necessarily want to point it to CTE because I don't know if that's the case. But
you gotta wonder.
That's definitely a factor in a lot of this, though.
Mm-hmm. And I know Marion Barber was, from what I heard, was trying to reach out quite a bit about mental health stuff. So that's extremely sad. He was incredibly fun to watch. Mm-hmm. I remember when I was a kid watching football, and I'm not a Cowboys fan by any means, but he was probably the most exciting running back to watch at a certain era, just because of how physical he was.
Yeah, he was such a bruiser. My mom, who didn't watch football for years, we went to a Dallas Cowboys game one year, and he was the running back, and I think he scored a touchdown. Anyway, we got to watch him play, and I think from then on, my mom started watching football, and Marion Barber was her favorite player because of how he'd run and whatnot. So,
Yeah, he was Marshawn Lynch before Marshawn Lynch.
yeah. And then he went to the Bears and wasn't as good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just really sad stuff.
Mo, you got anything?
The Marion Barber one, because I remember him very clearly when he played for the Cowboys,
Mm-hmm.
and then he played for Minnesota for the Gophers in college.
Oh yeah.
I remember it was fun. Like when I used to play Madden, like that was one of my go-to running backs back in the day.
He didn't retire on you mid-season.
Right? Yeah, he never retired.
Yeah, it cracks me up. Mo brings up Madden all the time.
He does.
Which is fine, but
it's very I don't know, that Madden game is very realistic now.
We're not thinking of the same Madden.
no, they need to bring back NFL 2K5.
Well, I mean, just 2K in general.
Yeah. That game is the GOAT football game.
We got any other notes on football, or is that the last?
I think that's it, unless there's been something else that has happened within the last couple of days. It's kind of dead period for NFL.
I haven't seen anything.
So, I don't know if I can throw this graphic up, which I don't know how I'll be able to find it again because I don't want to expose people on my Facebook page. So I'll pull it up on my screen, but I won't share it. But this may be fun.
Football or for baseball?
Well, for that 90s graphic we talked about the other day.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of conversation, and because it was kind of fun. It was a choose your lineup kind of deal of 90s players with quarterbacks, running backs, and pass catchers.
We're not going to have time for all the rest of these notes, man.
Yeah, I won't be able to find it, and it's your anniversary, so you need to get back to your wife. We'll just talk about MLB.
Yeah.
And we could talk about the umpires. It's not a big deal. I know people have been talking about them a lot this year. I'll just give a rundown of kind of a couple weird things that happened. A's manager Eric Kotsay was ejected during a mound visit this week. It's kind of weird that happened at that time. I don't know what the deal was there. I didn't really research it, but it's just weird that he got ejected when he did. And there's been a number of cases where some weird ejections have happened this year. An umpire tried to go out to the pitching or to the mound to confront Diamondbacks pitcher Zach Gallen after Gallen was upset with some calls, which somebody, and this kind of irked me, that there's a Cubs account that I follow, like a blog, Cubs blog, fan blog thing. They're like, when has an umpire ever went out to the mound to confront, or, kind of where a catcher had to get in between the player and the umpire? And the same thing happened to the Cubs in like 2015, 2016 when John Lester was pitching, and an umpire tried to go out to the mound to confront him, but David Ross stepped between them. And so I don't know, it just seems like umpires have too much, like they're in their feelings a little too much, and then they have a union, so you can't really do anything about it. So a lot of craziness. The Tommy Pham fantasy football situation did not go away this week and kind of fed into some more craziness. So he called out Mike Trout this week, saying that Mike Trout is the worst fantasy football commissioner of all time, and because he let stuff go on that he wasn't happy about. So last week I said that Tommy Pham had won the league because I had seen where he did, and then somewhere this week I saw that he quit the league mid-season. But there was a $10 or $10,000 buy-in. I'm having trouble with numbers today for some reason. There was a $10,000 buy-in for this fantasy league, and he said, "People quit playing with my money," and then he quits. He effectively surrenders his $10,000, I assume, to quit this league.
I don't know why anybody would invest that amount of time and money into and this goes with gambling too, I think, into a game that can be ultimately decided by subjectivity by officials, or if the league wants so and so to win, they like I wouldn't think my money in that.
Yeah,
and to take it that serious, come on, man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, I mean, they're multimillionaires at this point, so $10,000 is probably pocket change to them. But yeah, so Tommy Pham has been stabbed a couple of times too, and I mean, I don't want to say that relates to him having to like a bad attitude or anything, but it's really weird that that this is happening. Like over some fantasy football. Like, I don't know. Spencer, did Tommy Pham get the last laugh though? Because Mike Trout is 0 for his last 23. And I don't know if that's updated or when you updated that. So it might have changed since then, but.
I just saw that, so I think it's recent.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty crazy.
Funny little parallel.
Yeah. I saw this week that the Washington Nationals are open to trading Juan Soto. Oh, Mauricio, do you have anything to say about the Tommy Pham situation?
Isn't that how we got off last time, right? Was that the film from last
No,
week?
that was the guy slapping the dude in the airport.
Okay.
I mean, the Tommy Pham slap didn't help.
No. Have you ever slapped somebody over fantasy football, Mauricio?
Just my cat.
Now PETA's going to come after us.
I was going to say, we're not getting sponsored by PETA anytime soon.
I don't think we would anyway, because teams have mascots of animals that beat each other up.
Yeah, true. Also, you were just eating meat on camera.
I haven't. I'm not. Well, yeah.
You were eating a little smoky.
I was.
That is meat. We don't know what kind of meat, but it's in there.
Too salty. Yeah, so the Nationals are open to trading Juan Soto. They say they're not, but I don't know if we can trust them. Spencer, I think you put that you saw where people are trying to buy the team and said they would keep him. You know, it's just a matter of, can we trust these people who are saying yes, but then they say no?
Yeah, I mean, you can't trust them. You have to take them for their word, and their word doesn't mean much, especially when it's a far-fetched idea that they might not even sell the team. So.
Yeah, Juan Soto's probably one of the game's better hitters, if not the best hitter, pure hitter in baseball, at such a young age too. So I guess baseball is one of those sports, and I guess you could say this for a lot of sports, that if you don't have the timeline lined up for a lot of your minor league players, then you're probably going to get rid of your older players to trade off for younger players to help fill that void. And so I don't know if that's a situation here. I mean, Juan Soto's still pretty young, so it's just a crazy situation. It goes back to that whole thing where, why should the players have loyalty if the team's not going to have any loyalty, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Only loyal to the money.
Yeah. Well, we talked about Robinson Cano a couple weeks ago after he got DFA'd by the Mets. The Padres picked him up, and he didn't last long there. He only played 12 games for them. Very bad. He went 3 for 33. Yeah. So I personally think his career is done. I don't know what you guys think, but
honestly, you're probably right. It sounds like he's really sucked pretty hard everywhere he's went recently. So
yeah,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's not very good anymore.
Yep, he's 39, so
yeah.
I doubt he's going to be playing anymore. MLB celebrated Lou Gehrig Day on June 3rd. Lou Gehrig, of course, died of ALS. And while I was saying that, I don't know if we talked about Jackie Robinson Day, and if we did not, I greatly apologize, because that definitely deserves attention.
Yeah.
The Phillies fired Joe Madden after 2+ seasons.
Joe Girardi, you mean?
Joe Girardi, yeah. Joe Madden. Sorry. Joe Madden is with the Angels, former Cubs manager. Joe Girardi has managed the Phillies. So
that's a weird. Like, the Phillies are drastically underperformed this year. I don't know that it's all the manager's fault, but do you think Girardi will land somewhere else pretty soon?
I don't know. I was honestly surprised they hired him in the first place. But I mean, to your question or point, I guess the Phillies put together a team that was not going to have a good defense at all.
Oh
Or
yeah,
the defense wasn't going to be good, and
they're
then
trying to score 20 a game.
yeah, their bullpen again has been a problem this year. It's been a problem for the last several years, and so they didn't really address that. And it's just, I think it was kind of a set themselves up for failure kind of deal for this season.
Well, Andy, you know all about bad bullpen.
Well, the bullpen has been better than the rotation, which is something that you have pointed out here. The Cubs lost 14-5 to the Cardinals on Friday, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And Spencer, you asked what's up with their pitching, and Mauricio, I don't know if I'm going to have this pronunciation right, but they've been nalgas. Nalgas, yeah.
Yep.
That's the first time I had ever heard that word. I really thought like you were coming in hard with a big joke, but it ended up being some official, actually Spanish word. I was like, I've never heard of this.
I just typed in booty cheeks in Google Translate, and that's what it came up. And
so Mo, is it right? Like,
well, I mean, I think what it said was buttocks.
Oh,
yeah.
Buttocks or whatever.
Huh. Never heard it. Do people use it often?
No, not really. I don't think so. I don't hear that. It seems more like a secondary term, I would say.
Is it more of an anatomical term or like slang?
I feel like it is.
Yeah, I was wondering that. Okay.
So I don't hear like they're like oh nalgas, like.
Andy's gonna make it catch on. It's okay.
It's gonna be some new slang. That's gonna be the new bussin'.
That is gonna be the new bussin'. That's what brought it up too. I was talking about this consomme was bussin' with these burrito tacos, and you said you're glad it wasn't nalgas. And I was like, oh, here he comes. These nuts.
I was gonna save it. I was gonna save this one, but hey, are you guys going to E10?
No, you've got me.
I've done it before. Yeah, so I figured I'd open it up to story time to end since we talked forever about stories last time. We only have 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. So.
Oh God, because I've got stuff. Okay, we're gonna have to do another one. Can y'all see me while I'm looking at the notes right now?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I've only got 2 things anyway. Let's end it and then come back because I got some stuff.
Okay, I'll have to schedule. We could stay on until I schedule this new one.
Okay, well then I guess I'll go ahead and start. So, Andy, as you've probably seen, our town is getting, for some stinking reason, I don't know if it's like 2005 again, but we're getting a Spencer's Gifts.
Yeah, I saw that.
So random. But I was listening to a podcast earlier on my run, and the podcast is called Behind the Bastards. It's kind of like funny takes on bad people in history. But so for some reason they got off the topic and they were talking about Spencer's Gift and thought it would it would take the workers like a month to notice if you took a real dump by all the fake poop in there. And it just made me laugh really hard.
Yeah.
Oh gee.
But I thought Spencer's Gifts was only ubiquitous in like shopping malls, which I guess with those going out, I guess they're trying to go storefront. I didn't know they sold that much of anything.
I don't know, because that's a big kind of, or that's a decent sized store as well. That's where they're putting it in. So
you think it's like all the emo kids love it or what?
I don't know. I figured if the emo kid, if they're trying to attract emo kids, Hot Topic would be going in there.
That's still around too?
Yeah. We just went to the outlet malls in Little Rock yesterday, and they have a Hot Topic store there.
Yeah, I forgot that those outlet malls exist. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was surprised. Like we drove by there the other day. I was like, Spencer's Gifts. What the heck?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, between that and all the vape shops, then
What's the? Oh, I got that fly. What's the time on the thing?
it's 4:12.
We might could squeeze it in. I don't know.
Oh, you put Spencer's gifts on the notes. I totally thought like you meant for like anniversary gifts or something like
I
that.
mean, y'all can feel free to send me money, Cash App, Venmo, the works. But should I save my next topic for the next meeting or go ahead and hit you with it?
Depends on what it is, I guess.
Okay. I think I got a new punishment for Mauricio. He can wipe the free throws clean. He has to eat either, and this has to be on while we're doing the podcast. You have to you have to eat both. You have to eat menudo and chile rellenos. Because I've got an inside source that says Mauricio does not like those two things.
How do you know?
I talked to some people.
You have insiders.
I do have insiders.
Yeah, I could do that.
What? So you don't hate it that much?
I mean, I can give it a go.
I'll take it. It's better than nothing. That's all I got right now. I'm grasping at straws. But courtesy of George Beltran.
I was about to ask if that was him.
Yep.
I've been double testing.
I didn't know if we
with that info.
I didn't know if we wanted to mention names, but
Nah, it was definitely him. So yeah, he said that Mauricio doesn't like either of those things, which I'm shocked about. The menudo, I get that. The chili rellenos, though, that one shocks me because those are amazing.
No, the chili rellenos are not it, bro.
What do you don't like about it?
I don't like the texture of them.
I was thinking that it had to be it, like almost like a sliminess of the pepper, or what?
It almost feels like a sponge.
A what?
Like
oh, okay. Those are typically with poblanos, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find both of those things around there. And the place I went to yesterday had menudo, but it was crossed out, so couldn't get any.
From the description, it looks like I would not like menudo.
Yeah, it's the lining of a cow's stomach.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the most appetizing looking dish. I'll give it that.
It tastes really good. It doesn't look good, but it tastes really good.
Said it tastes good? Oh, you're not eating that then. You're sticking with chili rellenos.
Chili rellenos.
I still need to try some pozole and caldo de res.
Caldo de res.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of places around here, well, of course, pozole isn't that more like seasonal.
Seasonal?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a minute, so.
Well, that's all I had. If you want to wrap it up and abandon that other one.
Yeah.
Unless y'all have anything to add.
I don't. Sounds like Hezekiah's up, so.
I was gonna say you got a dip soon too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Mauricio, if you don't have anything, I'll sign us off real quick.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. I keep trying to do the special keys to sign us off. It's not working. Well, I guess I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Catch us on the streaming places that we upload.
Or don't.
Or don't. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.